Hello, it's Nicholas, Sparkles of Gold. Gonna do a really quick video today on Mercury in Aquarius going retrograde here. It's happening. It's already gonna happen when you watch this video. It's January 14th, like 3:38, 3:39 Pacific in the morning, and it's 10 degrees Aquarius. Basically, Mercury, from the appearance of Earth, from our eyes, looks like it stops and starts to move backwards. Not really going backwards, but that's how it appears when you're on planet Earth. And it happens 3 times a year for about 3 weeks each time. And this time being Mercury in Aquarius, Mercury dealing with ideas, thoughts, and opinions, communications, words, the mind. Things that go from here to there, point A to point B. It starts to move backwards, and it's going to go through the last 10 degrees of Aquarius and even go all the way back into the last degrees of Capricorn. It basically went over this area in the last half of December all the way until the 14th. So it's already gone past these degrees in one sense. Now it's about to review, recycle, and relook at those degrees. And all the way back to about, it's going to go back to like 24 degrees Capricorn, which is interesting because we've had some action going on at 24 degrees Capricorn, with the sun being there today, actually, at 24 degrees, January 14th. But back when Venus-Pluto conjunction that happened, currently Venus is retrograde in Capricorn, is pretty much around those degrees. Mercury being in Aquarius right now and also moving into Capricorn, both signs are ruled by Saturn. So basically there's a huge Saturn theme going on here, and we're dealing with restriction and restructuring and limiting factors, things that Saturn rules, time, having to kind of work and look and rehash things in a step-by-step process. There is a vibe in here too, because starting with the retrograde today, with Mercury having a square with Uranus. So usually when Uranus is involved in something, there's some sort of electricity and surprise, some sort of thing that comes out of the blue type of thing. And that's one part of the beginning of this retrograde, but it goes all the way back into those last parts of those degrees of Capricorn with Pluto. So yes, a Pluto vibe to all this. And so there's an unearthing going on still here, which has been going on with Venus retrograde, but Mercury's involved now. So it's what's happening in the mind and how the mind processes something like this, and how taking those things apart and putting those mind things back together, and how you deal with this. Now you can look at the Aquarius part of your chart and the Capricorn parts of your chart. If you don't know that, you can always message me and we can do that for free if I want to know where that is in your chart. But it's basically dealing with those areas, Aquarius and Capricorn. It goes all the way back to 24 degrees and stations there and starts to move forward. That's like February 3rd. And then for the third time, it goes over the degrees in that span again, until we get to like February 24th, and we're right back at 10 degrees Aquarius with Mercury. So you could see the travel here and the rehashing going on. Interestingly enough, when it starts to move forward and we get to March 2nd and 3rd, Mercury in Aquarius will be conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. So I think this is definitely part of the transit, but that's further down the line. Eventually on the, I think it's March 10th, Mercury will be leaving Aquarius and going into Pisces. So there you see, you have a review process here. We're going back. There's things to look at, to rehash, things that are unfinished. It could be a project that you started that's not completely finished, that you go back and you finally find the pieces to. Sometimes it's so simple as like cleaning out your closet. Again, you can really pinpoint this by looking at the part of the chart that Aquarius is in, or Capricorn. So That's a quick video on that. I guess I'll say here in the end, though, someone who knows a lot about Mercury, is that you can get a lot done during a transit like this, and not be afraid of like sending an email or signing a contract, because you hear stuff like this, like don't sign certain things or don't make major decisions during Mercury retrograde, and sometimes that can be true, but it's not a thing to be afraid of. It's just you will probably have to look at more details, and if you do miss a detail or two in some sort of project during the retrograde, it will show itself, and so just be prepared for that, to double, triple look at look at things, and try to look at things from all sides. The one thing here with Aquarius, Mercury and Aquarius, is there is a higher mind ideal here, and the it's kind of can be like a scientific type of way of looking at things, and piecing things out and putting them back together. In Capricorn, it's a little bit more grounded, and there's some of that Saturnian process involved too. So you could take advantage of something like this. Again, it has to do with something like a project, or something you've been thinking about for a long time. This is a great time to like a puzzle, take the puzzle apart and then put it back in, and you'll be able to see things in a different light. So try to think positive with something like that, and when you find roadblocks and certain challenges, try to step out of the situation and take a look at it from another angle, or think about it. This is very important. Think about it in another way, from another point of view that you would never have seen or tried. And so that's one couple of different ways you can take advantage of this. The last thing I will say is be kind with your words, and think before you say something, and really concentrate on moving in a slower process with the way you would communicate or react to something. And that's another thing I would say about this. So I hope that helps you. I just thought I'd do a quick video on this. If you liked it, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. If you have any questions about any of this or any astrology stuff, you can always leave it in the comments, or you can private message me. All my info is in the bio, and you can go to my website and check out my social media too. So I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.